Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 48, Part 2. They bought Baba's photos and came with them to the masjid. Bala Shimpi took a photo in his hand, gave it to Baba, and asked him whose photo it was. Baba said that this photo was the yar, that is, lover of him, pointing to Sapatnekers. Saying this, Baba laughed and others also joined. Bala asked Baba the significance of his laugh and beckoned Sapatneker to come forward and take darshan. When Sapatneker began to prostrate himself, Baba again cried, "Get out." Sapatneker did not know what to do. Then they both joined their hands and sat before Baba praying. Baba finally ordered Sapatneker to clear out immediately. Both were sad and dejected as Baba's order had to be obeyed. Sapatnekar left Shirdi with a heavy heart, praying that he should be allowed to take darshan next time. Mrs. Sapatnekar, 1 year elapsed. Still, his mind was not at peace. He went to Gangapur, where he felt more restless. Then he went to Madegan for rest and finally decided to go to Kasi. 2 days before starting, his wife got a vision. In her dream, she was going with a pitcher to Lakadash well. There a fakir with a piece of cloth round his head, who was sitting at the foot of the neem tree, came close to her and said, "My dear lassie, why get exhausted for nothing? I get your pitcher filled with pure water." She was afraid of the fakir and hastened back with the empty pitcher. The fakir followed her. At this, she was awakened and opened her eyes. She told this vision to her husband. They thought that this was an auspicious sign and they both left for Shirdi. When they reached the masjid, Baba was absent. He had gone to Lendi. They waited till his return. When he returned, she was surprised to see that the fakir she saw in her vision resembled exactly Baba. She reverentially prostrated herself before Baba and sat looking at him. Seeing her humility, Baba was much pleased and began to tell a story in his peculiar characteristic fashion to a third party. He said, "My arms, abdomen, and waist are paining for a long time. I took my many medicines. The pain did not abate. I got sick of the medicines as they gave me no relief. But I am surprised to see now that all the pain have disappeared at once. Though the name was mentioned no name was mentioned. It was the story of Mrs. Sapatnekar herself. Her pains, as described by Baba, left her soon and she was very happy. Then Mrs. Sapatnekar went ahead to the darshan. He was again welcomed with "Farmer, get out." This time he was more penitent and persevering. He said that Baba's displeasure was due to his past deeds and resolved to make amends for the same. He determined to see Baba alone and ask his pardon for his past actions. This he did. He placed his head on Baba's feet and Baba placed his hand on it, and Sapatneker sat stroking Baba's leg. Then a shepherdess came and sat massaging Baba's waist. Baba, in his characteristic way, began to tell the story of a baniya. He related the various vicissitudes of all his life, including the death of his only son. Sapatnekar was surprised to see that the story which Baba related was his own, and he wondered how Baba knew every detail of it. He came to know that is, Baba was omniscient and knew the hearts of all. When this thought crossed his mind, Baba, still addressing the shepherdess, pointing to Sapatnekar, said, "This fellow blames me and charges me with killing of his son. Do I kill people's children? Why does this fellow come to the masjid and cry? Now I will do this. I will again bring that same child back into his wife's womb." With these words, he placed his blessing and his head on his head and comforted him, saying, "These feet are old and holy. You are carefree now. Please enter your Place entire faith in me and you will soon get your object. Sapatneker was much moved with emotion. He bathed Baba's feet with his tears and then returned to his residence. Then he made preparations of worship and Naivedya and came to the masjid with his wife. He offered all this to Baba daily and accepted prasad from him. There was a crowd in the masjid, and Sapatneker went there and saluted Baba again and again. Seeing heads clashing against heads, Baba said to Sapatneker, "Oh, why do you prostrate yourselves now and then? The one namaskar offered with love and humility is enough." Then Sapatneker witnessed that night the Chavadi procession described before. In that procession, Baba looked like a veritable Panduranga, the Vittal. At parting day, Sapatnekar thought that he should first pay 1 rupee as dakshina, and if Baba asked again, instead of saying no, he should pay one more, reserving with him sufficient amount as expenses for the journey. Then he came to the masjid and offered 1 rupee to Baba. Asked for another. Baba asked for another as per his intention, and when it was paid, Baba blessed him, saying, "Take the coconut, put it in your wife's oti, that is upper fold of her sari, and go away at ease without the least anxiety." He did so, and within a year a son was born to him, and with an infant of 8 months, the pair came to Shirdi,